Hello, parents. Welcome to Back to School Night 2020-21. I am Mr. Powell. I'm going to be your child's English 9 teacher for this school year. I'm very excited about working with your kids, and I look forward to a really productive school year. Obviously, part of the problem that we're having this year is that we're virtual, or at least we're starting the school year from a virtual perspective. But I'm expecting that we will be able to get in the classroom sometime, and hopefully once we get in there, we'll be able to stay and continue to increase the number of students that we can visit with. So that's my hope, that's my goal. But in the meantime, I want to make this the most rewarding class possible. So I'd like to introduce myself to you a little bit, tell you a little about who I am and what we're going to be working on. I have been a teacher. This is my 20th year of teaching in Oceanside. I spent 8 years at King Middle School, and this is my 12th year here at El Camino. I just love working in this community. I love being at El Camino. The staff is awesome. The administration is terrific, very supportive people. We all sort of pull together when it's time to get things done, and I value that. So I like what I do, and I like where I am. And for me, that's a win. I didn't get into teaching until I was a little bit older in life, at least professionally speaking. So I was into my later 30s when I went back to school, earned my teaching credential, and began my career as a teacher. I had been involved working for in some other industries. I worked in restaurant industries through my 20s, put myself through a few schools doing so. And then I also worked for a couple of local, bigger name sporting good manufacturer companies, UGG Holdings, which is the corporate name for UGG boots at the time, TaylorMade Golf, and a few other assorted businesses. So I decided that what mattered more to me than chasing sales or trying to, essentially just be involved in sports and sporting goods was I wanted to do something that I felt like would make more of a difference going past whatever my pay period was. So teaching was it for me. I got involved with it and I love it. Um, English class, English 9 is what we're going to be working on here in this class. And those skills are just as you'd expect. We will be reading, we'll be writing, we'll be speaking, and we'll be listening. The issue that I have right now working with kids this age is that they have grown up with a device in front of them most of the time, some kind of a screen, a smartphone, a tablet, laptop, television, whatever. And so we really have to focus on developing a course of study that allows them to get more out of things than they often do with a little short attention span. So we're going to be focused on doing different types of reading. We're going to be doing informational nonfiction reading. We'll be doing some work in fiction. We'll be doing some class readings, and then they'll be assigned some independent readings. Writing also is something that's important for us to develop. They are lacking, many of them, not all of them, certainly. I've seen some great writing, but many of them are lacking in the ability to develop a thought and to think critically beyond just a quick hit text message or a quick little email that isn't formatted or written professionally. So we're going to be working on a lot of those types of skills to help give your child confidence, to help them develop their voice, and to help them become better communicators. So essentially, if I'm painting a broad stroke across, I'm going to say that's what we'll be working on: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. They will be asked to do some public speaking, which I think is really important for them to have the belief that they can get up there and do it without, dying or collapsing of embarrassment. And we're going to be just hoping to have a good time along the way. What can I tell you? Let's see. Grading is going to be somewhat standard. But I would like to show you that I have a website. And so there's a little information on here that may be of use to you. It's where we sort of begin our day in class with the students coming up here and taking attendance by clicking this and going to a Google form that asks them to just fill in some information. It's super important right now, since we are not in the classroom, that the students log in and mark their presence in that form. We also take roll in more than one way. So I will have students also type their name in the chat box in Zoom, and I will be looking at who's inside the classroom at the same time, because sometimes students go in and out of the Zoom room. So we need every avenue possible to ensure that we are accounting for them. There's a lot of information on this website. I'm not going to go through the whole thing for you. It is a work in progress. It will improve as the school year goes on. If you come over here in Class Locker, if you click on course documents, those course documents are a collection of syllabi. I have two different courses that I teach, English and another. And so the syllabus for each of those courses will be here. Also, distance learning, or our tech syllabus, just in general, it provides information about how we're going to be operating in a virtual teaching environment, a virtual classroom. So all of that information is right there on the course docs page under Class Locker. There are some other things in here, a tutorial or two. That list will grow as we are learning more about technology and how to, consume information. And here, under Tech Help, if your child has any problem with their password, because we have to switch passwords a couple times a year, you will see that that there are instructions here on how to do that step by step. So you can go in there. Forgive my internet speed here. I have contact information, so here's the best way to reach me. All of that information is right here on this website. My name, classes I teach, classroom. Here's the telephone number. If you need to leave me a message, feel free to call to do that. I will respond back within a calendar day. Sometimes over the weekend, I don't check email or messages. So if you can get to me before 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I should be able to get back to you. And then our address information at the school, and then some office hour information here. If anyone student needs to reach me while I'm available, this is a good way to do it. Again, they can do it through email. They can do it through sending me a message, or they can stay behind at the end of our classroom in the Zoom call, teleconference call, and I can meet with them at that time or schedule a time that we can individually talk about their needs. So without going too much further into things, I would just like to say that much of the work or the information that they need is in Google Classroom. So make sure that they're utilizing Google Classroom. If you have questions about that, you can always have them show you where to find homework in Google Classroom or where various information is. The link to my website is listed in Google Classroom, as is the Zoom link to connect to our Zoom classes each day. So anyway, thank you. It's been a very nice, I wish I could meet you in person, but it's been very nice speaking to you. And I look forward to the time when we can make contact face-to-face as human beings. Thank you so much, folks. I appreciate your support. And I'm practicing patience and flexibility with your students. I hope that they will do the same, both with me and with you, and that you will do the same with both them and me. So thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time.